Welcome to your weekly World Climate Change News Report. Our headlines this week are: Climate change aggravates crop diseases, shipping is boosting climate change, Switzerland facing higher airfares, oil and gas to lose value by 2070, 1 million climate change jobs in England, double threat of climate change and coronavirus pandemic, and innovation for sustainable ocean. Our first story: climate change aggravates crop diseases. A new paper published in Nature Food shows that 2 out of the 9 billion people on the planet suffered from food insecurity in 2019. The increasing frequency of severe climate change events across the globe has made it even harder to predict the outbreak of the crop-infecting pathogens. Crop diseases are clearly a severe threat to global food security and ecosystem health, and may only aggravate with increasing impacts of climate change. Our second story: shipping is boosting climate change. Scientists have examined a decade-long data collection of ships traveling in their lanes over the Southeast Atlantic that connects Europe to Southern Africa and Asia. They found that ships emit aerosols into the atmosphere, forming cloud-like patterns that interact with water vapor producing droplets and ultimately create a cooling effect from the sun's rays. The algorithm used for the study could further help understand the effects of human-induced aerosols on climate change. Our third story: Switzerland facing a higher airfare. The House of Parliament in Switzerland has approved a carbon change that will see airfares and petrol prices rise. The new charge aims to cut carbon emission and fight the aid against climate change. Activists have called the new measure a small step in a large climate crisis and have expressed concerns that Switzerland is behind on required action to limit global warming. Our fourth story: oil and gas to lose value by 2070. A study by the British think tank Carbon Tracker has revealed that business in oil, gas, and coal will become increasingly unprofitable in the next 50 years, as global fossil reserves could lose around 2/3 of their value. While investors in fossil fuel-related infrastructure could suffer losses of more than $600 billion, the renewable energy sources are expanding thanks to the country's commitment to the fight against climate change. Our fifth story: 1 million climate jobs in England. A report by the Local Government Association has predicted that more than 1 million jobs could be created in England's low carbon and renewable energy economy in the coming years under a green jobs bonanza. The demand for green jobs is expected to rapidly increase as the UK transitions to a net zero economy. This would help to counter the huge job losses induced by the coronavirus and the fight against climate change. Our sixth story: double threat of climate change and the coronavirus pandemic. An isolated island community of the Kiribati Islands in the Pacific Ocean has confronted the double threat of climate change and the coronavirus pandemic by reducing dependence on imported food, promoting climate-resilient farming and fishing techniques, and increasing the number of household kitchen gardens. These initiatives have been strongly supported by the United Nations Development Program. And finally, innovation for a sustainable ocean. More than 90% of the excess energy that accumulates in the climate system as a result of increased concentrations of greenhouse gases goes into the ocean. In 2019, ocean heat content and mean sea level reached the highest values ever recorded. Actions such as public awareness, through innovations in technology, and a commitment to improve public weather services, provide better early alerts and forecasts and are essential in the fight against climate change. This concludes this week's news. Thank you for watching. Subscribe for weekly world updates.